Hey Drac, why haven't there been any top 5 Fridays recently? I don't know, he's probably out of ideas. I am not out of ideas yet, because I have plenty of comments to go through where I asked for suggestions, and boy did I get some suggestions. So, thanks to this genius here, it's Top 5 Friday time, Mega Blaster edition, go! So our number 5 blaster is the Nerf Mega Big Shock, and the Mega Big Shock is our number 5 blaster because it's cheap, it's easy, it's the entry level to Mega Power. At only $10 you still get reasonable Mega Performance. Now it doesn't hit as hard as anything else on the list, which is why it winds up so low on the list, but it has storage up top and one in the chamber, and it's really just a big jolt. That's what it is. It's a giant jolt, it primes like a jolt, and it fires like a jolt. Some would say that it is a jolt reskin, but realistically, it's just a jolt. Anyway, the Big Shock is an excellent sidearm. It's easy to pocket, easy to holster, and it's easy to draw. It doesn't really snag up on anything either. One more fun fact about the Mega Big Shock is that it can also be modified to take rival rounds, and by turning it into a rival blaster, I like to call mine the Heracles, it becomes the only rival sidearm that can fit in your pocket realistically. It's kind of cool. Now even though I like the Mega Big Shock, let's go ahead and show you something with a little bit more capacity and a little bit more oomph. So, coming in at number 4 we have the Mega Magnus. After the Centurion, this is one of the very first Mega Blasters, and it makes the list. It holds up to that test of time, guys, and that's because the Magnus is sweet. The Magnus is a 3-shot pistol, holds those in an internal magazine, which is awesome, and delivers the hits. This is a solid performance pistol with a monster slide. I keep meaning to remake my Helsing pistols from Magnuses because it's got the right profile, and if you removed the clipazine, I think that would be pretty sweet. But the Magnus gets real mega performance, which means ranges of about 70 feet and can go higher. It's compact, you can make a decent holster for it, and it's a ton of fun. They're easy to mod and awesome for underbarrel integrations, particularly if you have games like Humans vs. Zombies where Mega Darts can break tanks and whatnot. The Magnus makes an awesome underbarrel attachment. I've used that before in the Night Fury build where I put it underneath a long shot to give an elite blaster that took clips a shotgun underbarrel attachment that fired megas. Thought that was a sweet little spicy piece of variety, and it didn't cost hardly anything at all. You can thrift these now, they've been around so long, but even if you want to pick one up on the shelf, it's not particularly expensive. So, the Magnus comes in at number 4 for its versatility and its fun factor. It's also cost efficient. Number 3 on our list is the Mega Centurion. I can't. The Mega Centurion's always been garbage. It's only good for integration, so I don't really care what happens to it. Let's move on to our actual number 3. The actual number 3 blaster on our list is the Mega Mastodon, and even though it has terrible dart fit, it doesn't really matter because this is a flywheel monster, a powerhouse blaster, and a flagship. The Mastodon cost 80 United States dollars when it came out. It's cost more than that and less than that depending upon where you pick it up, but the Mastodon is huge. It's an incredibly heavy, really unwieldy, almost stupid heavy class blaster, and if you haven't noticed, I am not a heavy class nerfer. So, why is it number 3 on this list? Well, because I respect the Mastodon. I respect the people who use it, I respect its 24-shot capacity, and I respect how much like Rambo you look when you're gunning people down with this thing. Kinda boss. Anyway, this is a really, really cool blaster. It is huge, it is expensive, it is very difficult to one-hand wield, but it would be impossible to make a list about the top 5 Mega Blasters without getting the most mega of the Mega Blasters involved, and this is certainly the Mac Daddy-O, the kingpin of the Mega line as it sits right now. I think that the new shotgun is going to be way more practical in every way, but for right now, this is the only real flywheel Mega Blaster, and it's really effective. Number 2 on our list is the Cyclone Shock, and not just because I like revolvers. When I originally reviewed this bad boy, I said that it was going to break pistol rounds, and it did. At least in the Southeast, we will not allow you to play with a micro Cyclone Shock, because if it hits that kind of performance in mega form, you bet your bottom dollar that it is launching darts in micro style. So it's one heck of an NIC sidearm. It's actually an excellent class-based blaster for humans versus zombies, or any scenario where you can score multiple points with megas. Using it for defend the core means that you can get extra points. I probably shouldn't shoot my studio lighting. It doesn't seem to appreciate that, but the Cyclone Shock is awesome. I really like this pistol. It is grotesquely oversized. It's got a very Hellboy-esque feel to it, but you can still holster it. It is still within that kind of size quota there, but it's too heavy, it's too unwieldy, it's too big to do that with. And that's kind of the theme of Mega Blasters, is that they are so comically large to accommodate their super high caliber rounds that the idea of carrying them in a practical sense never really works. You kind of have to build around the Mega Blaster. But the Cyclone Shock lets you do that. Even for regular pistol rounds, it's fun enough that it is like worth playing with. I really, really like the Cyclone Shock, but I'm a big believer in revolvers. So, if you disagree, let me know in the comments section below, and I will hash it out with you there, but it's going to be hard to get me off of the Cyclone Shock without referencing the #1 Mega Blaster of all time, and it's realistically the only one that I've experienced that actually breaks that century mark during its range tests. Alright guys, before I show you what the absolute #1 Mega Blaster of all time is, I'm going to make a special request. I'm going to request that you go down and you smash that like button, because if you get to 10,000 likes on this video, there's no way this garbage is getting to 10,000 likes. Silence, you fool! Like I was saying, get this one to 10,000 likes, and not only will you get another Top 5 Friday next week, but I will do the entire thing in a ridiculous squid hat. I will not acknowledge the squid hat, I will not even point it out, I will just walk on screen, and there will be a squid hat the entire time, and you, the loyalist viewers who smash that like button, will be the only people in the comment section who understand why I'm wearing a squid hat. Why am I going to wear a squid hat? Alrighty guys, so the #1 Mega Blaster of all time is the Mega Thunderbow. And it's sweet. You don't actually need a quick release to play with this because it's a toy, but the Mega Thunderbow is awesome. It is a draw and release, but with an actual catch system and a monster plunger tube. It doesn't require modification, frankly, because the modifications aren't worth doing, and it has a 5-shot capacity. So this is like the spiritual and the entire successor to the bow line. That's the bow and arrow, the crossbow, the big bad bow, because it shoots high caliber ammo, it shoots it in rapid succession, and it's a ton of fun to use. Chicken of the SENC absolutely loves his Thunderbow. I'm a huge believer in mine, and the performance is so sweet, guys. In my opinion, this is the best performing blaster and the most fun to use. If you don't feel like Legolas himself rocking the Mega Thunderbow, then I can't really help you. It's half compound, half cyber arrow bow, like, it's really, really neat. And it's my personal favorite. So I think that the Mega Thunderbow is the #1 Mega Blaster of all time. Nothing quite shoots giant red darts like it does. But if you disagree, let me know in the comment section below. And if you have suggestions for next week's Top 5 Friday, which may or may not involve a squid hat, then you've absolutely got to let me know, because I will be picking the best of them and taking that suggestion and using it for next week's Top 5 Friday. So keep the comments coming, absolutely like this video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it, and thank you very much for watching. Much love, Nerf on, Drac out.